everyone, I'm Tom from DevGPT, and today we're going to be walking through the new platform, all the changes that have been made in the last few months, how to train a model, and how to run your first prompt. So we'll start here. This is the main area that you'll be spending most of your time in if you're prompting. And we can see that my model is already ready for prompting, but there's a good chance that if you've just arrived on the platform, this won't be the case for you. So we can head to models down here. You should be automatically navigated here if it's your first time setting up a repo. So we can see this is DevGPT Playground. We already have a repo set up with a sample size, a frequency, and when it was set up. But we can go ahead and train a new model. So top right, train a new model. And we'll scroll down, we'll find, it took me a while to find it, but DevGPT releases. This is the repo that we're currently running on. So everything inside of this, open source, it's in that repo. We'll go ahead and train, so sample size of 5, frequency of 1, add that. And now that that model's added, we can start the training on it. So train this model, it'll start running. So this should take, on average, about under 1 minute. It might take a way less time than that, depending on the file size a lot of the time. Okay, we're nearing the end of the process here. I think it'll have chosen 5 quite large files, is my guess. A lot of the files in DevGPT releases are quite large, a few hundred lines, but it's fine, it should be able to handle it. There we go, and it's finished training. So we can see that took just over a minute. Totally fine. It's quite a large set of files that I imagine it chose, but that's fine. We can go select the model now. And your trained model is ready for prompting. We can open up the model assessment, and we can see that it had a target size of 5. The actual target, the actual sample size it used was 5, and the training accuracy was 100%. So training fully complete, it's ready to use. We'll go ahead and write a prompt. So we'll go for write a landing page. Nice and simple. So the idea here behind the training is it will understand what's going on in your repo, realize the languages that you're using, some of the syntax you're using, and just try to write it in your style. What we can see, however, it's done is it's taken my prompt to write a landing page and put it into our style, which is create a landing page in this file. If you want to edit this here and change around the wording or change what file it's landing in, that's fine, but that sounds good to me. Accept and run. So it's going to go ahead and create a landing page in my style. It's using Chakra UI components, which is perfect. If you've seen our open source repository, then Chakra components are exactly what we use. And it's writing that for me. So there we go, it's finished. We can see some interesting little details here. So one thing, it's used color scheme blue, which, as you might be able to notice, we do use a little bit of blue around the app. It's also taken into account that it's an AI-powered solution for developers, and oddly that it's a Next.js project, which I'm fine with. It's also used one of our linear gradients, green 200 to blue 500. So that's just kind of going to blend in with the color palette that we have going on already. And I noticed something else as well. Oh, it's also put in height 100 vertical height, which isn't exactly best practice, but we use it a bunch in some of our core components to kind of make sure the height stays right. So it's interesting that it's put that in. As I say, this uses things from your code base, from your coding knowledge. And the last thing I've noticed it's done is thrown on a shadow, which if you're in light mode, currently running in dark mode, we do have quite a few shadows around the app to make it look a bit nicer. So that's worked well. What I can go ahead and do now, copy that. You'll see at the bottom here, how did your model do on your last prompt for DevGPT releases /DevGPT labs? Passive improvement is used to directly help your model in its training. So what this does for you is you can either say it did poorly or it did good, and it will help go forward to train your model. So for instance, if it did good, it will be added to the training that's already existing, allowing you yourself to, without any cost, add to your existing training, make your model smarter, and make it provide better solutions. Well, that's DevGPT. It's currently ready to use. We have team plans and individual plans. Anybody can get started right away, no wait list or anything. So have fun.